Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I had a few people reach out to me on Instagram and Facebook asking how my VDS Nomad is doing, and I told them that unfortunately I've left my VDS Nomad for a while and gone back to personal rings. This color really intrigued me when Gillio released it. This is the Mocha Mousse, and I love the color. It's Toscana leather, but it honestly feels different than the other Toscanas to me. It's a lot smoother. It patinas beautifully. I've only had it since I think it's the end of May or the beginning of June, and it's already showing beautiful patina. But I needed the flexibility of rings. The end of the school year is kind of crushing us over here. I teach in New York. We're not done until the end of June. So I needed to be able to add things, take things out. And my OCD and my perfectionism, rings really works for me because if I screw up a page, or in my mind I think the page is screwed up, I am able to tear it out, print a new one, put it in, and just keep it moving. So I'm going to do a flip. This is, like I said, the Gillio. This is the medium Compagna in the Mocha Mousse. It is chunky. I put in 30mm gold rings. I think I've covered everything with sticky notes that I didn't want shown. Hopefully I won't have to blur anything out this video, but it closes. Like I said, it's chunky, but I can't fit my pen when it closes. So I typically leave it open with the pen in there, but if not, if I have to take it without, oh, well, I guess I'll show you that too. So this is a pouch from J Creatives. This is the planner pouch. It has 3 pockets on this side, like 2 small pen ones and a bigger one here, and then 2 here. Sorry, I shed like crazy. 2 pockets here, and then the large pocket in the middle. So I use this to transport my planner back and forth to school. I carry a backpack. I'll put it in my purse. So if I'm not able to carry it open with the pen in there, I close it and stick it in this pouch. So I guess we'll get into the flip. Okay, hopefully we're in frame. I'll sit down now. So in the zip pocket, I keep all of my stickers that I use. So I use all of the papery planning medium-sized dots. I write on the back what each one means, and I also have a key inside, so you'll see. But these are the ones that I use for all of my color coding. I use her custom scripts for things like meetings, sick days, paydays. If we don't have school, if I cancel something, instead of crossing it out, I put a canceled sticker on top. And then these mini dots, you'll see I use them in my health log and my daughter's health log. So I'll show you how I do that when we get into that section of the planner. I do like that now Gillio has added this extra piece of leather over the zipper. So even though I have this J Creatives insert here, if I didn't, this would protect the fly leaf from that zipper. So in this pocket, I have this card from Cloth and Paper. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it's faced. I love the look of this. It goes really well with my library style card that I got from May Paper Co. So I just keep them in those pockets. And then in this pocket, I have this love card from Cloth and Paper. This is really old. This is from Salty 22, and it's November of I don't know what year. But I love tortoise shell print, so I keep that in there. And then this freebie from Papery Planning. And that's pretty much all the deco that I have in the front. Put all these back. And then in this pocket, I just have, these are from an old Cloth and Paper pad. It's good for making lists. And also, if I have to write a letter for my daughter's school, it's there. In the back pocket, I keep papers about my daughter's marching band schedule, the schedule for her school, the schedule for our school, because I don't teach in the same district as her. My bell schedule, it will have her cheer schedule once cheer starts. Let me just make sure I'm still in frame. Move up here a bit. Okay, now we're good. All right, so this is a J Creatives insert. You get to pick what color rivets you want. So of course I choose gold. I always put gold rings in. And this was the linen and lace release. That's my favorite. If you remember from my VDS, that's my favorite insert. It's just simple, but also I love the delicate lace that's on it. So in these 2 front pockets, I keep the cards from Hey Planner Girl that I printed like in 2020. about insert resizing and planner sizes. I laminated them, and I've never had to reprint them, but at least they're there if you need them. They're freebies. I don't have anything in this pocket. In this zip pocket, I keep page flags, my favorite color from Cloth and Paper, the champagne, and then beignet, I would have to say, is my second favorite. This was a freebie from Sticky Monster Co., which is now Stylish and Minimal Co. And then I have these from Sweet Caress Designs. This is my favorite color, Haze. I got this idea from Plan to Create, and I use them in my monthlies. You'll see how I do that. Stick everything back in here. Okay. The flyleaf is getting a little bit of a mark from this zipper, but I really don't care. I'm actually liking how this is patinaing, if that's a word, showing patina. I like even the indentions of the rings, how the cover is getting darker in certain places. I've never really liked patina, but this is just feeling so good. And I'm a really tactile person. It has to feel good in my hands or I won't use it. So I'm loving this. This color is amazing. So I have the leather flyleaf. I covered my If Found card, so you didn't get all of my information. I don't care if you know my name because it's everywhere. This is from La Noem. She's not open anymore. I wish she was. Just my name. This is a freebie card from Stylish and Minimal Co. And this is inside a Filofax insert. I found that only this Filofax one will fit business cards and not overhang. From every other company, it's like FCC size and it hangs over too far. So this is the only one that I found that I could put cards in. So I cut down one of those little freebie envelopes from Cloth and Paper because I love the look of this font here, and just punched it and put it in my planner. I love layering, if you can't tell. So this is my favorite sticker from Redbubble. If you remember from my past videos, I had another one. So I put it in here with this Cloth and Paper card inside a Catspresso Co. Jelly Dash. On top of this is a Salty 22 vellum, years and years old. So I'm glad I kept everything that I had from my personal setups. I'm using this Filofax. I don't think you can get these anymore because I looked on Amazon and they weren't there. This Filofax, I think it was called, oh, what was it called? Something insert, but it comes in a pack of 2. It's slit, so you can take it in and out. I'm using it as my inbox, and I just used a Q-tip with acetone with nail polish remover to remove the blue F from Filofax that was on the edge here, so now it's clear. And I have these Cloth and Paper sticky notes with the Paper Test Designs printables on top. This is a list of everything that I have to bring to school. I work about 43 minutes away from home, so I like to have everything that I need with me during the day. If I run out, I don't want to ever go back into the building, so I try not to have to leave. So I write a list of anything I have to bring into my classroom. This is a to-do sticky note. I think they changed the font of these too, but this is like an inbox to-do list. So not things that have to be done in that week or on that day. It's like a longer running list where things can get done in a longer period of time. Things that I need to order in terms of stickers, things that I wanted to add to my planner. I made this on Canva. My dividers are from Stylish and Minimal Co. I think they're called like Soft Touch Vellum, something like that. But I've bought the same ones for years, and this time I just changed the font. I love how she added the numbers. This is the overview tab. This is where I keep my yearly overview. I'm a yearly, monthly, weekly planner. I only do dailies pretty much on like conference days when I have to keep track of where I'm supposed to be, because as a teacher, my day is the same schedule every day, so I don't use dailies. So this is from Cloth and Paper. This I made on Canva, and I printed it on linen paper. These are from, I don't remember. It's somewhere on Etsy. I'll put it in the description box. But they're just vellums. It's a 2025 and a 2026. I run on an academic calendar, so I took out all of my stuff up through May in terms of weeklies, and I now have weeklies from June through next June. But I like to keep the yearlies in here if I have to look back at when a faculty meeting was. But I put this vellum in here, and I used these sticky tabs from Stylish and Minimal Co. 05 and 06 to mark 2025 and 2026 if I have to get to them quickly. So this is a printable from, I believe this is from Simple and Trendy Co. on Etsy. So it's just a running 1 through 31 list. I used stickers from Papery Planning, and I used my Zig Dot Clean dot, is it called Zig Clean Color Dot marker in the color Oatmeal to mark when there are weekends, so I know what day of the week it is without having to label it. And I just write everything in here before I put anything in my monthlies. I don't write anything in the monthly until like the week before the month starts. So this helps me keep track of all dates throughout the year, and if they change, I can get rid of it before it gets to the monthly part. So I have that from January. I like to use little cloth and paper page flags in case there's something that I need to add that couldn't fit on there. And then this page marker from Cloth and Paper, this is an old one. It's a glass one. They don't make these anymore either. I think she just makes the frosted ones. I use this to mark the current month of the year. And then I just have a bunch of different sticky notes. These are from Cloth and Paper. This is from Poi and Hun. This is from Lucy Plans Life. So I use that to mark the current month of the year. And then, like I said, this goes up through, this is January of 2026. And it's the same thing all the way through December of 2026. This is another PaperSeasonCo Clear Jelly Dash, and I love tortoiseshell, like I said. I put the tortoiseshell dots from Cloth and Paper in here, layered on top of a really old card from them. And then this is a printable from Etsy. I'll put the shop in the description box below. I have 2 different color tortoise ones in here, which, 3 actually, if you count the Salty 22 one, but 2 from this shop. My next section is monthly. This is a Luna Lou's Plans printable. I don't think you can get them anymore. She took down all of her freebies because someone was stealing her designs and selling them, which is really unfortunate because I love them. So thank God I kept all of them. And I had printed them on thick vellum. This is from Stylish and Minimal Co. It's pretty old, as you can see. Like, some of the ink must have rubbed off from something else, but I love the design. It's on linen paper. This is from Crefective Paper. And I just put a sticker to mark when the month is currently happening. So like we're in June, so I marked it. And then when we get to July, I'll mark that too. I don't wait until the month is over. These are transparent and regular circle sticky notes from Cloth and Paper. I hate blank pages. I don't really mind on the dashboard, but I hate blank pages, so I put the stickies. It's a good place to have them. So this is from Crefective Paper. It's a month on 2 pages. What I like about it is I can just use my color coding dots on the actual date, and then I can write what the event is over here on the left, and I just write it next to that line of the week. I'll show you my color coding when we get into the weekly section, but there's January, February, March. Here's where I use those Sweet Caress designs to mark like our spring break. So longer chunks of time. I got that from Create to Plan, like I said. It's a genius idea. Here again for Memorial Day. And now we're currently in June. As you can see, May and June kill me, guys, as a teacher. I have 0 free time in May and June. So I have another one of those glass page markers from Cloth and Paper. And these are all transparent sticky notes from them. And this is a regular one. So I don't have anything in July, and for the rest of the months, I like to, like I said, plan the week before. So if anything has changed, it's not in there. And I have just through December because her monthlies are not up for 2026 yet. But when they are, I'll take everything out up through probably July, and I'll have just July through the next June in here. More sticky notes from Cloth and Paper, another PaperSeasonCo Jelly Dash. This is a freebie from Stylish and Minimal Co. A card from Cloth and Paper. Here's the other printable. They do curl when you have this much ink on the paper, but it's a thicker vellum, so I don't really mind. My third section is my weekly, and I pretty much live in my weeklies. This is from Cloth and Paper. I punched it upside down because I like the word to be over here. I just love how it looks layered. This is from Posh Papeterie. I made this on Canva. And here's my color coding key. So it says sticker swatches, and you're supposed to put the shop name and the color and stuff, but I use this as a key. So these are the dots that I use and what I use them for. So this cocoa colored dot signifies it's something for work. The nude one is if I have time off or I'm going on a vacation. Chiffon, which is my favorite color from Papery Planning, is for appointments. Sepia is if there's an occasion like a baby shower or a birthday. And then the rose clay is anything for my daughter. Pink just made sense for me with her. I have a ton of page flags that I use my label maker to put things on for recurring tasks that I keep inside my weeklies. This means that my babysitter, I have someone who drives my daughter to school every morning because we don't get a bus where we are and we're already gone for the day because we work further away. So I have someone that comes to bring her to school. So we no longer need her for the rest of the school year, so I don't need this in my weeklies. So this is like a landing page for them. There are no more faculty meetings for the year. More sticky notes. And then these are custom weeklies that I had Simple and Trendy Co. make me. Cloth and Paper has something like this, and also Infinite Lotus, but Infinite Lotus has like 3 things down here. I think it's like priorities, to do, and notes. I don't need any of that. I just needed a longer to-do list, and I love grid for writing. So I use my color coding dots on the date. I put my scripts inside these boxes and then just write accordingly, and I have this long running to-do list, which I love. So I had her make these for me from June through June for 2025 to 2026. And these are all of the June ones as of now. I took everything out up through May, and I'll take out June once we hit July because I want this to be like an academic year. So it'll be from July through June. More sticky notes. I use these page flags to write in things I'm not sure if I'm going to, or if the date or time might change. And then I write them in later. So this is our current week. This is another one of the dividers, and it just says this week. And this is next week. As you can see, like I'm not sure about these things or who's taking my daughter for her hair appointment, if I'm the one going for my oil change or if it's my husband, but I already have a running list of to-dos, so I figured I might as well get started on that week. I will plan on Sunday. And then everything else is pretty much blank except for more page flags. So we'll skip over that. This is where 2026 starts. I marked it with a Cloth and Paper transparent like tab sticky and just use my label maker. So let's get to the end. Another blank page, so it's a landing pad for my sticky notes. This is from another PaperSeasonCo Jelly Dash. What was the name of that shop? Wild House Paper used to make these amazing like handmade artist created greeting cards, and they don't anymore, but I had chopped them all up to fit these different sizes, so I'm glad I saved it. So it's that, and then a Cloth and Paper card. This was another one of those cards that I chopped up and I just hole punched and put in here. I really like the layering, and I love that rings, you can just punch anything and put it in. And this deco is what really makes me happy. I know it's chunky, but I love the feel of it in my hands. I really could have just 6 months of weeklies in here, right? Because I'm not going to get to those for 6 months, but I love how it feels when something is nice and thick and substantial. So here's the finance section. I think I covered up everything that I didn't want to show in here. This is from, it says hej.saendra, Hedge Sandra, I think. I printed this on thick vellum. Another one from Stylish and Minimal Co. Yeah, I covered up. So these are the paydays for the year from January through June, and then this will be the next school year, but still in the year of 2025. And then I don't care if you see what I pay the sitter. This is with the babysitter on every payday. I pay her as well. And this is 2026 paydays. This is my online order tracker, only related to stationery. I used these page flags, the spotlight ones from Cloth and Paper, and little icon stickers from Papery Planning. This marks online orders. And I have this from May Paper Co. I think they're out of stock, but this is in the color sand. I think it's called Barcelona sand. And I use that to mark, because I do flip to my orders a lot just to see if I'm still expecting anything. So that's here. There's an extra page. These are from my minimal planner. And then I use one for sales if I sold anything on Facebook on the BST, and I just mark that with a $sign. Oh, and back here I guess I marked paydays with a little piggy bank. I think that's everything for finances. I don't keep like a check register or anything in there. This is another PaperSeasonCo Jelly Dashboard. These are laminated, so they look a little funny when they get like heated up. This was one of those cards cut out from Wild House Paper. This is from Cloth and Paper a really long time ago. It has Ashley's signature on it, but I love the color. And then another Cloth and Paper card. And my health log section. This is another Luna Lose Plans printable. Another Stylish and Minimal Co. dashboard. So I use this from Infinite Lotus for attendance, and I mark off any PTO, like if I took a sick day, a personal day on here. This is for the full year of January through June for one school year, and then September through December for the other one. And then I'll put 2026 on the back. This was for my daughter. And then I think I've covered everything else, yes. These are from Haru Plans. They're a medication list. So it asks for your medication, the purpose, the dosage, any notes, and the frequency. So I covered them because it has my actual RX like numbers on them. And then I made a little key down here with those mini dots. You'll see on the back of the page, I mark when I have a headache, when I have a migraine, and when I took a certain medication. So this is for January through December, and we're in June. So this is every time that has happened. Same thing for my daughter, except she doesn't have to take a medication on a certain day. So I mark her menstrual cycle. I no longer get my menstrual cycle. I have PCOS. So hers is going to look a little different. And then this is her health log. I typed it up instead of rewriting it. Make sure I printed it on the actual dimensions of personal size paper, and that way my husband actually has a copy of it now too. I sent it to him in Google Drive. And this is another one of those things from Paper Co. This is not the strawberry milk color, it's the other pink. So I'm glad I grabbed those before they were out of stock. Cloth and Paper sticky note, grid sticky note. These are things that I'm going to add to this typed list. I'll do that once the sticky note is full. Another Cat Espresso Code Jelly Dash. This is another one of those old cards from Ashley. Cloth and Paper has her signature. So is this one. Cloth and Paper card. My personal section. So I believe passwords is first. And I think, yes. Okay, so I'm glad I did this. So this is from Stylish and Minimal Co. I used an ollie clip. This isn't typically here, but to cover everything that I didn't want to show you, but I'll tell you what's in here. This has my passwords for accounts at school. It has our travel information for all of our vacations that are coming up, and things about my daughter's marching band. So I didn't want you to see things about her school. But this is paper from Stylish and Minimal Co. It's Tamaway River paper, and I just use these stickers from Papery Planning to mark off different sections. These are just things that are important that I have to keep on me. What percentage, everything counts for our state test, final averages, the colors of custom scripts that I use from Papery Planning in case I want to order more, and then I just have a bunch of, well, not a bunch, I have a couple of sheets of that in here, and then I have these printables from Ash Plans notes sheets. They're so pretty. There's two different colorways. There's a pink one and a brown one. I like the brown one. This is from Cloth and Paper. I hole punched it and put it in here. It's a thick vellum. It says editor's note. I think you're supposed to put your word of the year on here, but I don't have a word of the year. I don't do that. So this is the final Cat Espresso Co. Jelly Dash. It's got a card from Cloth and Paper, and it has two different sticker sheets from Cloth and Paper in here. They are what are they called? One's ink dots. Oh, and I forget what the other one is. I don't really want to take it out. It's like a newsprint kind of thing, but I have them layered because I liked how that looked. And then this is like the stamp pack that came out from Cloth and Paper. And this is, I loved this envelope from my Paper Co. order. I want to place another order just so I have a backup because I did have to cut it down to size. I did seal it first, so I thought it would look really cool. I cut it down to size to put that in the back. And then this is from the Planner Spot, a page lifter. I think the only ones you can get like this now are from Paper Co. The rest have different holes cut out of them. So in these card slots in the back, I have all of these stickers from Paper Panda and the Pampas Grass, and I just turn them upside down so you can see the colors peeking out. I like how that looks. And then these are from Cloth and Paper Memo Pad. I think that's it. I think I've shown you everything. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I don't use this pen loop. I was thinking about using it because I write a lot on my transparent sticky notes, using it for the Unipin pens, but it kind of flops around in here because it's very soft, so I haven't been doing that. So really how I carry this with me is I stick my pen. This is a Uniball 1, but it doesn't, I have the refill of this pen in there, the Uniball Signo 0.38. It's my absolute favorite. It is like a nice, dark, rich black, and it dries really fast. So I have this refill inside this pen because I like the color of this pen with this. So I stick this in here, and I really like just grab and go. Throw it in this pouch. I don't hook it very often unless I'm going to be traveling for a long period of time. But this is my new setup, guys. I'm really happy. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm actually considering getting a second one of these in case I ruin this, because I love this color more than I've loved any other color from Gillio. I think Cloud is my other favorite, but it leans a lot more cooler tone than this. And this is almost like the VS JL Argila, however you say it, that I love. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe for more videos. Leave a comment if you'd like, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a great day.